Hey guys, what's up? It's me Laquanda and I'm back with another video.
And it goes a little something like
I'll give you all summer and after fall I'll keep.
I firstly want to say Happy New Year's to everyone, and I just want to wish you guys a very successful 2024. I firstly want to say I'm so happy that you guys decided to click on this video. This video is going to be your ultimate guide on how to have a successful 2024, whether that is physically, mentally, academically, most important, spiritually. This video is going to guide you through how to conquer 2024. I'm not one to make New Year's resolutions. I used to in the past. I had like 101 things that I wanted to do for the new year. I'll be like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to get that, I want to buy that, I want to wear that, achieve that. And like majority of the time, only like 2 out of those things ever get done. And at first I was quite disappointed and feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm not going anywhere, I'm not moving, I'm stagnant. But then I was reminded that God's timing is perfect, and just because something doesn't work out in the time that I want it to or when I think it should doesn't mean that all hope is lost or that my life is coming to an end. I mean, sometimes we just have to sit back and trust the process and trust in God, because sometimes our timing is like way off. Like, it's not the time for it to get done. So for me personally, instead of like setting New Year's resolutions or saying that I'm gonna do this for the new year, I more like set a theme then. So my theme for this 2024 would be my successful era. I'm honestly so ready for this year. I'm looking forward to the growth, the success, and everything good that 2024 has to offer, with God's guidance, of course. Like, I'm ready to see what this year brings. Like, I mean, it's 2024. I just can't get over how quickly time is flying. The days are going by faster, the year is going by faster, everything, before you know, we'll be in December already. So basically, what you can do, instead of feeling like you're putting pressure on yourself, because a lot of times when we set New Year's resolutions, when it doesn't get done, then we're hard on ourselves. Then like, oh, I said I wanted to start the gym and that didn't get done, and then we're like hard on ourselves for that. Or I said I wanted to buy a car, or I said I wanted to buy a house and that didn't get done, and then you're hard on yourself. Basically, what you can do is have like categories of things that you're going to condition yourself to take on for the new year. So not really being hard on yourself by saying, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, but trying to make sure you maintain a certain practice then. So as I listed before, I mentioned academics, your physical health, mental health, spiritual health. So those are different categories, and underneath those categories you can say, this is what I want to do, this is the practice I'm going to take on under these specific categories, to ensure that you are satisfied with how your year is going, to ensure that you're on the right track. It's all about being productive, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So you can have these categories and have this thing and not feel like, okay, I'm not sure if I can get this done in this particular time, and then when it doesn't get done, you disappoint yourself. By the way, guys, I really hope you like the content I'm putting out so far. Sometimes when I'm filming, I'm like, do they want to see this? Like, is this boring to them? And by the way, if you're not subscribed to my channel already, what are you doing? Well, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? I mean, the button is just right there. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. You just click it and you go. I mean, okay, so the first category under my successful era for this year, 2024, is academics. So for me personally, to ensure that I have a successful academic year this 2024, one of the practices that I want to take on is making sure that I study every single day. And when I say study every single day, I don't mean for like a vigorous amounts of time. I mean like, okay, there have been classes where last year, for example, I would have had a lecturer for maybe economics, and to be honest, I had no idea what my lecturer was talking about in that particular session. One of the practices that I want to take on for this year is to ensure that if I don't understand something, I go home and go back over the notes, try and understand it for myself. I'm in a better place for the next lecture then, so I'm not completely confused the next time I see my lecturer. And I feel like that is something that I would have neglected, whether that is because I just wasn't motivated to go over the notes, or maybe I was too occupied because I work as well as going to school full time. So there has been times where I just wasn't motivated to be honest, just wasn't motivated to go over the notes, or time is consumed by other things. And so yeah, that is one of the things that I want to make sure I do, is to go over my notes. Category is physically. I was doing the gym last year and I stopped because I had exams, and I was like, let me just take a break and study. And then when you're done studying, you know what you're gonna do, Laquanda? Get back in the gym. Did I do that? No. I went to the gym for 1 month and I haven't been back since, and it's now 2024. And as I said before, I'm not one to make New Year's resolutions, so I'm not going to be like, oh well, this year I'm going to but some people like, oh, 2024 is coming up, I'm gonna start the gym. No, but I am going to make sure that I practice to maintain my physical health, which means that whether it's just going for walks or, starting back the gym, I think that is a good start, because I have realized how important physical health is. The next category is mental health. And these are all to ensure that I have a successful 2024, because neglecting certain aspects of your life can prohibit you from achieving certain things you want to achieve. Just not doing well in certain areas of your life, then it could prohibit you from being motivated to achieve certain things. And I feel like sometimes we forget that we can be our own hindrance, ensuring that your mental state is in a positive place. Because if you're thinking like only pessimistic thoughts, then you're gonna move forward. How are you gonna achieve the things that you want to achieve if you're like doubting yourself, or if you're like dealing with things internally? Like for some of you, last year you may have been dealing with personal issues that were affecting your life, and you may have been fearful, but the real fear shouldn't be that you didn't get to achieve what you wanted to achieve. The real fear should be you remaining stagnant, because if you remain stagnant, it means that there's no elevation, no transformation, nothing is happening to ensure that you have growth. One thing to ensure that you're mentally well is, maybe for you can practice journaling. Now, this is not something that I do. I would prefer to find someone to talk to, someone that I can trust, who would hear me. Like if I'm going through something in particular and I realize that it's affecting my mental health, because sometimes you can be going through some really, really tough things and it just makes you think like negative thoughts. What I usually do is pray. I talk to God and confide in God more than I confide in anybody else, because He just listens. He listens and He comforts you. God is so amazing. And sometimes in your time of, feeling overwhelmed and feeling like, oh, I can't do this, He finds ways and means to encourage us, whether that is through somebody else, a scripture, He just makes sure that we know that we can do the thing that we're telling ourselves we can't do. Stay hydrated, people. Okay, this other category under my successful theme for 2024 is not too far from what I was just talking about: spiritual health. One of the things that I want to practice is trying to read my Bible every single day and talking to God every day as well. I feel like sometimes our busy schedules causes us to neglect that, and that is not an excuse, because if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be where we are today. And you can't just like step into success and completely neglect and forget who it is that made you get there in the first place, which is God. To make sure that I'm reading my Bible every single day and just spending time with God. We find all kind of different things to do. You'd find yourself easily scroll on social media without any type of heartache, headache, uncomfortableness, but then when it comes to really sitting and allowing yourself to have that one-on-one time with God, it's difficult. And it's the same for like other things too, like with studying. You find it easy to waste time on social media, and when it comes to, you know, really giving time to God, you find it difficult. Yes, that is what I would like to practice this 2024, is to ensure that I am not just giving my time to work and school and social media, everything else besides God, who is the reason that I am where I am today. I hope this video was, you know, insightful to you guys. It might not be your idea of what a New Year's video would be, but this is how I felt I should go about it. And yes, people, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you liked it. If you didn't, I'm so sorry. You can't please everyone. Please feel free to subscribe and turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified every single time I post a video. Thank you guys once again for joining me, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.